Hi, it's Martin and welcome to another video on my Knit365 YouTube channel. Today's video is part of my summer make-along series. I've got my list of projects that I want to make and we are going to make giant Morag. That's right. I've got a kit from Toft. Who else? And we're going to make a giant Morag crochet head to go with, in place of that, I can't do this in reverse, to go in place of the head on the wall. So it is 6:30 on Monday, and I'm going to do this as a bit of a choppy video. So we're going to go through the week and see how much progress we can make on Morag. She is made with an 8mm crochet hook, and she's made with chunky yarn. So I've got lots of yarn to make Morag. We've got oatmeal. Hey Siri, stop. That's the timer for the chicken that's cooking. We've got fudge yarn and oatmeal yarn. And we've got Toft roving, which they don't do any longer. I've had this kit since (2019). Things do get done eventually. So I'm just doing a very quick introduction. I will dive into the kit a little bit later. I'll get the pattern so that you can see. Think Highland coo with the big horns. That's what it's going to be. But I had a quick break while food was cooking. We're having some kind of lentil dal with chicken, which will be lovely. So I'm going to take you through my week. We're going to make Morag and see how much progress we can make. This video may go up on Monday if I finished her. If not, this is the introduction. Who will know when this video is going up? It will go up when I finished her. So that's the intro. I'm going to go and finish food. I'll be back in a bit. Have you realised what's happened?
What?
We've got the same t-shirt on.
Oh, okay.
We are twinning, and that's clearly a mistake. So yeah, we've got some kind of, it's not the greatest looking food, but it's a creamy coconut dal with some chicken. Yum. Healthy. That's the most important thing. We're back on a health kick. But yes, I had to film because we are twinning. And I'm not sure how that is. We've never been out twinning. No, we haven't. You'd stop me there. It's cute, is it? Maybe. These are home t-shirts. Do you have home clothes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. There's the timer. Some tomatoes, lentils, and chicken. Not the prettiest looking bowl of food we've ever cooked, but it's quick and it's healthy and it smells amazing. Right. Let's go and eat, and then I'll be back with some crochet. Hi, 8 o'clock on Monday night. So I grabbed small Morag. This is my, she's so cute and fluffy. This is my double knit version that I made like forever ago. So this is what we're making with horns, but instead of the loop stitches, she'll have the roving. So I thought I would grab her for comparison purposes because in an earlier video, maybe last week, I said, it's going to be a Sunday afternoon job. This will be fine. It's very hard going on your hands. It's quite a tight gauge, obviously so that you don't see the stuffing, but it's actually quite slow going. So this is how far I've got. It's only taken me like 20 minutes, maybe 30, sitting down watching telly with Mark. But for comparison purposes, so this is chunky wool. So this is, I think we're now on 42 stitches, which on a standard Toft knit, no spoiler for the pattern, but usually you get to 42 stitches, which gives you the very base of the tummy. Then you start the decreases. So you can see that double knit Morag would probably fit inside, and we haven't even finished increasing yet. So definite double knit, chunky. That could be the thumbnail. So we're gonna have a, yeah, it's gonna be supersized, but I just thought for comparison, I would grab, she's very floppy. I actually forgot how cute she is. She is like super cute. It was a lot of loop stitch. I want to say I made her 2019 also. We went to Edinburgh Yarn Festival. The one and only time we ever went. It was before lockdown. So when was lockdown? 2020. So I want to say 2019. Maybe we went in the March and we bought, and I made Morag, and then I got all excited to make giant Morag. Yes, because at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, there was a giant Toft do the 8 feet. They make massive creations of them for shows as like statement pieces. So there was a giant Morag and there was a giant Dougal, the Pride Ram. So yes, 2019 I made Morag. I remember crocheting her in the airport, teaching myself to do loop stitch. But she's so cute. But yes, for comparison purposes, chunky versus double knit. So I'm going to carry on for the evening. I'm just going to keep doing some crochet. The pattern is different than a standard pattern, because obviously I'm just doing the head, but it's a slightly different shape in terms of, I think a lot more increases than I think you would usually get. Obviously no spoiler with the patterns. So I'm going to keep following the pattern, and I'm going to see how far I can get this evening, but it's very hard on my hands because you want it to be quite a tight gauge so that the stuffing doesn't poke through. But yeah. I wonder if by the time I finish, I could encase my head in it. That could be, Morag's definitely going inside it. We'll keep, I don't know. We'll see. I'm babbling. Right. I don't know what you're going to see next. More crochet. Good morning. It is 7:30 on Tuesday. This is slow going, but I'm making progress. Are you ready for today's update? Told you it'd be bigger than my head. So that is all the increases done. I'm holding the phone the wrong way around, so I need to look there, not there. So that's the size of the cushion. So I've now finished the increase rounds. That's the inside. That's the outside. Oh yeah, we've never shown that before. So that's wrong side of crochet, where they almost stack up. And then that's the right side. I don't think there's a right or wrong way. I personally prefer the right side. So I've done that. I'm now got to do many rounds for it to grow. So if that's the back, it'll now grow up over the top. So I've now got many rounds to go in order to do that. So I'm going to take it to work with me today. I tried to do 2 at a time sleeves yesterday in work at lunchtime, and that wasn't practical. I only had 20 minutes and just the faff of yarn management of the 2 balls, it wasn't it. So I'm going to take that with me. I think that'll be quite easy because now I'm just going round and round and round. So yeah, it was a good day 1 for Project Morag. So we will see. I've got to come all the way down the front, then I do some shaping, then we change colour to do the muzzle. So we won't get that far at lunchtime today, but we'll make a little dent in the some of the rounds, hopefully, and then maybe we'll do a bit more on it tonight. We'll see. But I have to go to work now, so I will see you momentarily. Good morning, good morning. It is 7:45 on Wednesday, and I've got a hat. If I took my glasses off, well, I'm stuck. I have no idea now what you folks can see. And now I can't see you without my glasses on because I am really short-sighted. Like, I need my phone there. Yeah. So, I've made continued progress. I managed to do 3 rounds, I think it was, yesterday while I was on lunch. I had 20 minutes, so I did 3 rounds while I was up here before I started the decreases. So you can see it is starting to now decrease in. So it's that way round. So this bit here where we started, that's the back of the head. So it'll be mounted like that. That's the next, it's not the next question, it's another question that we've got to think about, as in, how are we going to mount it? Does this bit need reinforcing? Will the wool stretch over time? That's another thing we've got to consider. But yeah, that's the back. So I've started to put some decreases in here, and now I've got to do some more rounds to make it longer. And then I think there's some final, then we change to the oatmeal, I think, and then we do we start to decrease for the muzzle. So we're coming this way. So yeah, I'm not making bad progress. It is slow going. It's a lot slower going than I thought it was. But I think that's the dense tension on my hands, and also because it's bigger, like it's more awkward and fiddly to, like, a DK size, it's in your hands, it's quite easy to hold it with your left hand and crochet with your right as I do it, but it's quite fiddly to hold it and crochet. Yeah, I'm complaining. I'm not really complaining, I'm just saying I thought it would be a lot quicker than it would be, but I'm not making bad progress. So maybe tonight, Wednesday, I will have finished the muzzle. Maybe we could finish the whole thing. And then I've just got the horns, the stuffing and the roving. So we're not making bad progress at all. So I'm just going to finish. I've not drunk it yet. Finish my coffee. And then head to work. So no more crochet until tonight when I get home. There'll be no crochet today. So we will see. I'll check in a bit later on and yeah, show you what I've been up to. Hello. I am home from work. It is 6:30. And it's been raining again here in South Wales. I don't know why this weird light. So I've just spent 45 minutes or so doing a bit of crochet, chatting to Mark, and I have finished all of the fudge. It's not cocoa. Fudge. Camel? Fudge. I think it's the fudge. So my hat is now, it now doesn't fit properly. Maybe that's the thumbnail. But yeah, I've now finished the main colour. So we've done the final round of decreasing. So it's this way. That didn't really do anything, did it, as a shot? So now we're going to do some rounds on the muzzle. I'm going to change to the oatmeal. We're going to grow it out, and then we're going to do the final decreases and then stuff it. And then 2 horns, and I think it's got 2 ears, and then we're on to the roving. So yeah, it's my turn to cook tea. We're having some form of chicken tikka. We do a recipe box for midweek. So we've got chicken tikka with a Indian style salad with mint and yogurt. It's served on a naan bread. I'm not having the naan, so Mark is having naan. I'm going to do some like veggies, mushrooms, broccoli, peppers to go with mine. So I'll have mine carb free. Yay. But yeah, so I'm going to have a little bit of sit down now. I'm going to do a little bit of crochet and then cook tea. We don't eat until a bit later. It's a bit early for us at the moment. So yeah, making progress. It's big, really big. It's bigger than the deer that's on the wall at the moment, I think. So need to think about how we're gonna hang it. But yeah, it is Wednesday night. yeah, Wednesday night. I won't finish the oatmeal tonight, but I'm going to make a good start, I think. So let's go and do that. So it's been a couple of days since I last updated. So it is currently Friday the 2nd of August. I've just finished work and I'm now going to spend, we've got nothing on this weekend, so I'm going to have a bit of a lazy weekend and I'm going to try and get Morag done. So the last time you saw her, we'd made good progress on the head. I think we were on this brown section. Fudge? I think it's fudge. I've now added in the oatmeal and I've started, I've nearly finished the muzzle. So she's a big old cushion, mascot. Yeah. So I now need to stuff it. I've got 2 rounds left to go on the opening, which I've just left for a moment to make it a bit easier to put all the stuffing in. I've got 3 bags of stuffing that came with the kit, so I don't know how much stuffing she's going to take. I'm guessing at least 2, maybe most of the 3rd. So I've done most of the head. That's good progress. And then I've also and I got double knit Morag out for scale. Those of you that follow me on Instagram may have seen this picture on my story. So double knit Morag with a horn. Please see, super chunky horn. Yeah, I'm not convinced she's going to fit on the wall. I think she's going to be too big, but we'll see. We might need to lower down slightly from where the current stag is, just slightly out of shot. We may need to move Morag down slightly. So I've done 1 horn. I hadn't filmed much content because it's been a bit dark, but in evenings by the time we finish work, eat food, potted around, it's not great light for filming. So I finished work a bit earlier today, so I'm going to get started on the 2nd horn and stuff the head. And then I've only got the 2 ears left to go, and that's it. Then it's a case of sewing her up. We're going to need to go to a garden centre or DIY store this weekend. So the stag at the moment is up with those like no nail, no glue stickers that you just stick on, then you pull the little tab at the bottom and it comes off. But there's only 1 on there, it's just 1 little hook because that's quite lightweight. So what I'm going to do is when I've finished everything and I've stuffed it, I'm going to weigh it so that we know what the weight is. And then need to probably think about positioning of the hook. So obviously this is a horn. Imagine this is the back of the head. Rather than just putting 1 hook in, I worry that the weight is going to pull forward and like stretch the fabric. So we're thinking maybe 4, either in a square, or maybe like 2, 1, so 3 there, and then 2. Like, just need to work out weight distribution so that it doesn't, because I think it's going to be quite heavy, but we'll see. You can get those stickers that hold up to like 10 kilos and stuff, so I think it'll be plenty fine. But yeah, that's going to be this weekend's job as well. So I'm going to have a go, finish off the horn. I might actually make the 2nd horn and the ears, and then we'll do all the stuff in the finishing one. That's what we'll do. So I'm going to go and make the 2nd horn. Hello. It is now, what day is it? Saturday. Saturday, 3 o'clock. I've made good progress. So since you saw me yesterday evening, I've done 2 horns, or I now have 2 horns. It is quite a quick, I was going to say quick knit, a quick crochet. That's the hook. And I've started one of the ears. There she is. This isn't the greatest of angles, appreciate. So yeah, we're making good progress on Morag. We've been out, we've run some errands, been to town, we had breakfast, been for coffee, been to M&S, Marks and Spencer's, to get some nice nibbles. For tea, yeah. So, Mark's got some flowers. He loves a flower. Because he's a pretty little flower himself. You a pretty little flower? Yeah. If you say so. Oh, I do say so. So, I'm going to finish the 1 ear. And then I'll probably do a time lapse and show you how quick the actual ears are. So I can make the second ear and then it's all done. Then we're into stuffing, so my plan this evening is to try and get Morag finished, at least all stuffed, and then start to think about how I sew it. I did have a thought. This isn't going in a normal needle, is it? I'm gonna need some kind of bulky needle. Now, I think I've got a needle with a hoop on the top. It is gonna be looking for the needle in a haystack. Where will that needle be? Not a clue. I got a box of bits, so it might be in there. But I'm gonna need to find out, I think, to sew up. But if I can get her sewn up, stuffed and sewn up tonight, that means she's done. Then we can go and weigh her. We can go to the DIY shop tomorrow because I didn't have time to do that today because I haven't finished her. And then I'm hoping the roving doesn't take too long, but I feel like I'm going to be a bit fussy about placement to make sure it looks really pretty. So we'll see. Anyway, just a quick check-in. Saturday afternoon, hopefully I want this done by Sunday night. Hopefully up on the wall, but I want it done by Sunday night so that I can put this video live on Monday. Because there was no video last week, so I owe you folks a video. So you know now whether I succeeded or not, because you know what day it is you're watching the video. I don't know yet whether this is going up. Let's go and do some crochet. Let's make some ears while we watch. Oh, the Olympics are on. We're going to watch the gymnastics. Exciting. Right, we have a finished head, 2 horns and 2 ears, as you've seen. I found my weird little sewing up thing. So it's got this little plastic clip on the end, which means it's brilliant for, I'm not editing that out. Which means it's brilliant to put chunky yarn through so that you can sew up with chunky. I think they're knit picks. They come in a pack of 3 and these are different sizes. I bought them at I wanted Ammonite Yarns actually, at my local yarn shop. So I'm probably not going to film this bit because I now need to sew the horns on. I'm just gathering stitches on the center. It came with 3 bags of stuffing and I've used all 3 bags, which is probably the right thing to do. Sometimes, like when you have a Toft kit, there's always extra stuffing than you need. But because this is a giant make, I decided that I know this isn't great content, you look on the side of my head. I decided that I would use the whole thing. Right, so I've closed the end up and I'm gonna sew that through. So I've used the whole thing. That looks pretty neat if I say so myself. I'll show you now in a moment. So I've used the whole 3 bags of stuffing just to make sure that it's nice and plump. Like I'm gonna try and mount mine on a wall, obviously, as you've heard, but they think they are designed as cushions. So there we go. Ta-da! So this is a track-in stitch marker, so you can see it just marks out the beginning of the round. So I'm going to whip off this. You just pull it out. It doesn't leave any indentation. So I just need to, I feel like I need it to be a cushion for a bit. I need to like hug it and yeah, but I'm going to leave this stitch marker in for a moment because this is the bottom. So that's kind of the shape now. See, I feel like that needs to be more like that. Do we think?
Yeah.
Kind of that shape. So his eyes,
Yeah.
obviously he's not going to have, well, he technically has eyes,
Yeah.
but I don't think I'll bother putting eyes in because you won't see the eyes over the roving.
Well, you should put the eyes in because if you lift the roving, you'll have no eyes.
He's going to be 8 foot up on the wall. No one's going to...
You need some eyes.
Oh, God, you'll know that there's no eyes, won't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, he's having eyes. But yeah, so I need to now go and sew on the horns. I've left the tracking stitch marker in these because I'm hoping you can see shape-wise, it curves inwards. So the decreases are here on the start of the round. So it curves inwards. So what I need to try and do is sew that on so that it curves inwards. I did say to Mark, if we want to try and make it a bit more pronounced, I might put an oatmeal stitch up here and do a bit of a running thread down here. Then when I give it a tug, it might make it a bit curvier. So we'll see. But I'm not going to film this bit because it's going to be up on the wall. So I want to make sure it looks nice. And I need to make sure that these are on really securely. I'm going to use the oatmeal. You will see it. I will try and do a bit of a back stitch so it's invisible. But ultimately, all the roving is going to come. I don't think I've shown you the roving yet. We'll see that coming up. But the roving will hide the stitches, is my plan. So yeah. I think that way. So I'm going to go and have another beer. Maybe that's not a good idea with the sewing. But I'm going to, yeah, do some sewing. And I'll be back in a moment. Right. There's fluff on the camera. There we go. It's not fluff, it's stuffing. This is why I wasn't filming. So we've just watched an episode of Emmerdale because the Olympics had finished. The athletics is on now. It's just taken me 1 hour of an Emmerdale episode to put on both horns, take one horn off, restuff it and sew it back on, and now put the other horn, and now take the other horn back off. So we discovered that it needs to be fuller stuffed in order to curve, and you can see now to get the shape. Yeah. This is not as fun as I thought. I don't really like sewing up anyway. And Mark has very high standards.
Well, no one wants a bandy horn.
No one wants a bandy horn. There we go. Who thought that would be the words we'd be saying? So you can see the difference. Like, that's really soft. That's now quite stuffed. So we've got more stuff in. I think I put too much stuff in the head and not enough in the horns. So luckily I've got loads of stuff in. So we are extra stuffing the horns. Also symmetry is not my forte. So I have got pins and I've been pinning it into place to make sure that the start and the end rounds are roughly the same. So we're just going to put another Emmerdale on now. That's only on for half an hour. We've got 7 episodes to watch. We won't watch them all tonight. Yeah, more as we get it. Okay. We are 21 minutes into Emmerdale. I don't think we need them now, but we have found 3 skewers. And I had some modelling wire left over from, I think it was from the Maranta Fascinator. I'm not sure, but I found some modelling wire. So maybe we'll put a bit of modelling wire. I've cut them in half. So we could always put that in and then manipulate them to give them a little bit more of a bend. But we're winning. I'm going to turn you around. Da, 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 da. They are on, they are symmetrical, and they are mostly turned in and standing up. So, I'm quite happy with that. I stopped filming then. What did you say?
I said she's a Highland coo, not a yak.
Yes, she's a Highland coo and not a yak. So, I have ears to go on next. So I'm going to put the ears on. And then I think we're going to... Should we put the roving on then?
Ears.
Come and pay the mark tax. Shall we put the ears on?
Yeah.
And then we'll put the roving on. And then we'll work out whether we need modelling wire and whether she needs... The only thing is when the woven... When the roving's on, it's going to be harder to sew into it. So I wonder whether we need to put the ears on and then just check if we need to put any extra stitches in.
Ears, eyes, do the roving line.
Oh, I forgot you want eyes, don't you? I need to find black yarn. Is there any black yarn in the box with the kit? Yeah, there must be. And nose. It might have been a kit that you need to supply your own eyes. Oh, can I have some roving while I'm there? Oh, there it is. I can see the black yarn.
Yeah, black yarn there.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, look, we've got the black yarn. Pass me the roving. They've not seen it yet.
It looks like Rapunzel's hair.
Yeah. Maybe that's the thumbnail. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, she got...
I could keep and spin it, couldn't I? You want to see his face.
She got snout as well.
Yeah, she's got a snout. She's got... Yeah, right. No, I know what the thumbnail's going to be. It's going to be me in the box. Right, okay, so let's do some ears. This bit's taken a lot longer than I was thinking. What time is it now, please? 7 o'clock. 5 to 7 on Saturday night. Okay. Let's go. Okay, I might need you, actually. Yeah, do you want to hold it? And I'll spin him. Right. He looks amazing. So, we realised from the picture, there are no eyes.
I thought they were eyes.
Yeah, it's fine. So, we've got a lovely little nose. And the horns are freestanding. So, what we've done is you saw the cocktail stick. Sorry, it's shaking. I've got a tripod. You saw the cocktail stick. Actually, if you can spin him round. So we've basically put a cocktail stick in both sides, and we're going to leave it out so that it doesn't... The cocktail stick doesn't go up inside because it's going to go flat against the wall. You won't see that. But actually, the cocktail stick then is forcing the horn to stand up. So, if it was a cushion, then I'd love that to be the thumbnail. If it was a cushion, it would be fine and then a bit floppy. But because we want it to go on the wall, I still think it's too big. You were nearly going to say a swear word there, and I was going to have to declare that to YouTube.
I wasn't going to say.
He was going to say a swear word. Are you happy?
Yeah, I think it's lovely.
We've just had a conversation about wiring the horns. I've got a little bit of modelling wire. We did just put it in, and you can proper get a bend on them. So we're going to leave it until we've done the fur. Right. So are we happy? So I can sew all these ends in now?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I'm not sure we're going to finish it this evening. We need to go to the gardens. We need to go to a DIY store tomorrow anyway, don't we? We can't, I'm covered in fluff. We can't go to the DIY store tonight now because A, we've been drinking and that's not a thing. And B, it's 20 past 8, so I think it's closed. Oh yeah, 20 past 8 now.
Don't rush perfection.
Don't rush perfection. Oh, I love that. Yeah, there it's going. Above, what's her name in Emmerdale? She's having an affair with Kim's husband. What's her name?
Rose.
Rose, Dawn's mother. Does anyone watch Emmerdale? We're obsessed. But we were 7 behind, I think. Right. Now we need to do the fur. I feel like the furs are sit on the floor and manipulate, but I feel like it needs to be well placed. It needs to be well placed, but randomly placed. It needs to be placed randomly.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? I feel like if it's random, it might be too random.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to go and do that. I will show you that tomorrow morning now. I think that's enough footage for tonight. Maybe. We might be back. Have we got any more beer?
This one,
We'll have one more beer. Okay. Yeah? I don't know why I'm asking you, like, you can't answer. And by the time you've answered, we will have made the decision. We'll have one more beer.
Yeah, you're not going to pour it.
I pour the beer. Don't say that. Did you hear that then? You're not going to pour it. I always pour the beer.
Actually, we've had 4 each.
We've had 4 each. They're only bottles, it's fine. And that has been over 4 hours. We've had 1 bottle an hour. That's hardly gonna... No. Right, I'm going now. Good morning, good morning. It is... Oh, it's 12 o'clock. We need to get a wiggle on if we're going to finish this today. Right. Morag is done without fibre. I wish that would be the thumbnail, but it would be too much of a spoiler. So she's done. She's still got her cocktail sticks in the back holding up the head. I've got one of the balls of roving, and we've settled on, they're kind of double thickness, but they kind of want to pull apart quite naturally. So we've settled on pulling them apart, because actually then, when they're folded over, that's probably double thickness then. Whereas folding them over, I think that's probably a bit too thick. So I've got one of the balls and I've cut them all into piles. Mark's going to come and help me, so I'm going to spin you around and we'll put it on time lapse because we're watching the Olympics. What are we watching? Kayak slalom.
Yeah.
Kayak something. It's bonkers. 4 people start like 8 feet up in the air in their kayak, and then they drop out. Then it's like an obstacle course. Like, I love the Olympics. We're not very sporty, but loving the Olympics and all the random sports that you never hear of apart from the Olympics. So we're going to watch that in the background. But our strategy is to put a line in here. So in the picture, it kind of comes down to say there. Obviously, it'll be more neat. So it kind of comes down to there on the nostrils. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a line in here so that we've got the nostril covered. We'll bring my iPad up so we've got the pattern for reference. But what we're going to do then is line them up, we think, and layer them. So then that will layer on top there. That will layer on top there. And we'll keep going back. It says not to do the back of the head, so I think we'll probably go back until the horns. And then all of this will be flat and plain, so it can go up on the wall. So that's our tactic. That's how we think we're going to tackle it. Whether that's how we end up doing it, who can say? But I'm very excited. I feel like this is the most exciting bit, but also the bit that could go wrong, because I feel like this is where she's going to get her character. I think I called him he. I've started editing the video this morning. I think I called him he a few times. It's definitely a she, Morag. So yeah, let me spin you around, time lapse, set up somehow, and then let's rove. And then we are going to go to B&Q. Other DIY stores are available. Maybe get a Starbucks? We're going to get a Starbucks while we're out. So let's go. Right, we've stopped to show you progress. So couldn't get through the fabric with a 8mm, so I'm using a 5mm because that's a bit easier to go through and grab the roving. So we've put in 2 lines, I think. Yeah, we've put in 2 lines so far. And what we decided to do is we've broken them up. So we've done a 10, then we've done a 12, then we're going to do a 14 and a 16. And we think if we've done the maths right, that'll take us up to the horns. So the 16 will come into here, and then we'll just fill the gap in there. I'm obsessed. I love this. So we think so far we're coming down to about the right length. So if we then add an extra one here and an extra one there, it'll give us a nice angle. That's the plan. It needs a bit of defluffing and a bit of a chop. So we'll give it a bit of a haircut in a bit. But he's coming to life. He did it again. She's coming to life. Right, let's put the time lapse back on, and I don't know what you can see. Let's go. Okay, she is done, mostly. She needs a haircut to tidy up the bits where I've been playing and touching with the roving. I keep pulling bits off. So she needs a bit of a haircut, but Mark can do that because he's a bit more thorough than I am. So we are dressed. Change the t-shirt. I've had a shower. We're gonna go out for coffee, and we're gonna go we're gonna go to the DIY shop. I'm taking some crochet with me. I'm working on something. This is a released pattern by Toft. If you know, you know. I'm not telling you, but there may be a reason why that's coming up in a future video. So I'm gonna take this and finish that, and then do 2 ears, and then that's another make which isn't on the 16 summer things, but I have to do that for something else. More will be revealed. Right, we just need to weigh the head. So there's no prize. You can put it below if you want in the comments, but how heavy do you think she is? I'm going to weigh her now. 3 balls of oatmeal, 3 balls of fudge, plus the roving, plus 4 bags of stuffing. So get your answer in now. I'm going to go and get the scales, and then we're going to weigh her. There's no prize. It's just for fun. But I wonder how close. I have no idea. I have one idea in my mind, but I'm not really sure. So see what you think. Okay, my trusty assistant. Oh, that's lighter than I thought it was going to be.
I thought as well.
I was going for about 2 kilos. So that's, they're in grams. So that's what, 1.4 kilos. Yeah. Okay, so actually that's not too bad then for a clip. I think some of the clips you can get in, like, they hold 5 kilos and 10 kilos. The no nail stuff. So, right. So we need something that holds up 2 kilos. And then, yeah, I think we're going to try and do you think, given the size of it, I still think we should do 5. I'm thinking a 4 in a square.
That's what we can get.
Yeah, and then maybe one in the middle to take a little bit of the... It's distributing the weight, really, isn't it? God, she's furry. Right, we're going for coffee. Are you coming as well? Let's go. Right, you had music over the top of that because they had music playing in the store. So we have two options. One is 3 fixed hooks, which we think is our preferred option because they're 3 fixed in place. That was in the sale, it was only £3.50. So we've bought that speculatively. Getting in the car. So we bought this one, which we think is an option, but it was only £3.50. So if not, we can use it in the shower actually, and we can hang stuff up, so it'll be fine. But if not, we've got this. So they actually only hold 1.3 kilos, but we're figuring we're 1.4 kilos, which is fine. But also, because there'll be, say, 3 of them, they'll each be holding 1/3 of the weight. No idea. Can you tell that we don't go to these shops very often? But yeah, we think that's going to be the solution. So now we can go for coffee, maybe a cake. We had beer and crisps last night. We may as well finish the weekend strong and have a cake, and then we can start healthy eating again tomorrow. I needed my readers as well, as you gathered, because even with my contact lenses in now, I can't read close up. So to read the back of the instructions. Hello.
Hello.
Let's go. Okay, you've seen us do the pin into the wall. That was a lot fiddlier. We thought it would be fiddly, but it was really fiddly. But we used the solid hook as a guide. It's got 3 separate hooks, which you saw. So, drum roll please. Da, 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 da. Look, there she is. She is up on the wall in all her Morag glory. So let me give you the close up. You know when you get a vision in your head of how something is going to look, and then it actually looks like it? Hi. I love the way the horns are giving off a bit of shadow on the wall. Yeah, it's just amazing. And as I said, it's lovely to have something actually look like the image in your head. So there she is up on the wall, and it's just been such a fun project to make and to share the journey with you. So thank you very much for being here and watching this project blog. The best thing is for my Knit365 make along now, I get to tick off another. So there is giant Morag with a tick. So that's another thing ticked off the list. So we're making progress. A few of these things are still whips. They are underway. So there is an opportunity to get them finished over the next couple of weeks and months, because my make along's going until the 1st of October. So I love the way that she just sits up on the wall now. That was exactly how we intended. So it's been wonderful to film a project blog. I really enjoy filming these types of videos where you get to follow it along from start to finish. So hopefully there'll be a few more of these come in between now and October. As I work through the rest of the list, we'll try and do a few more of those project type videos. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you have any knitted taxidermy yourself, or any crochet taxidermy? Let me know if you've got something similar to that. It'll be wonderful to know how you decorate your walls, if you've done anything like that. You know, it's art, I feel like. Mark, is it art? I think it's art. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the reach for the video. And if you have stayed this long to watch and you're not yet a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button because it helps me to grow my channel. It's free for you to subscribe, and it, again, helps more people find my channel, which I'll keep making videos as long as you folks keep watching them. So I really do enjoy putting the time aside to do something like this especially. It didn't take me quite as short a time as I was expecting. I did say quite blasé, went, oh, it's probably a Sunday afternoon. It wasn't a Sunday afternoon, but most of that life and work and not quite getting through things as planned, but it would have taken me long. It's probably a weekend task if I'd managed to just do nothing else. But, you know, we have work and chores and those types of things. So, yeah, it's been about, I think it's about 2 weeks since I started it, all told, which actually isn't a long time for me, especially when I get distracted by things. And I've worked on lots of other things as well in the interim period. So thank you very much for being here. Let me know if you're joining in on my Knit365 summer make along. Again, in the comments below, what are you making? What are you finished? Keep tagging me on Instagram, those of you that have done that already. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful to see people's lists and people ticking off their lists as well, which is really great to see. So let's join in and cheer each other on to try and make as much of a dent in our to-do list as we can before October and the autumn starts to roll around. So from me and Morag and Mark, say goodbye off camera.
Bye.
You've seen him a lot this video, I think. So from us, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back next week with some more content of some kind. Do you want to come and say bye?
No.
Come and say bye.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come and say bye. He's cooking.
Bye.
So from me and Mark and Morag, thank you very much for watching. And until we speak again, happy crafting.